A commercial survey crew is prepping an empty dirt lot for construction when they hear the distinct clink of metal against a shovel blade. Buried in the mud is a cluster of vintage motel keys. They are all identically stamped with the number 29, but the paper tags attached to them tell a different story. Each one bears a different guest's name. This discovery presents a massive geographical problem. For 3 years, this has been a barren field. The Pine Ridge Motel was completely demolished years ago, leaving nothing but soil and grass. These keys shouldn't be here. Yet they are the only physical evidence supporting a police report filed by a man found unconscious in this very lot just 24 hours ago. When police found Daniel, he was clutching a single room key stamped with the number 29. He was unresponsive, his clothes soaked through with mud. Daniel's statement described a fully operational motel with a flickering neon sign and a receptionist behind the desk. But the municipal records are absolute. The Pine Ridge was torn down to the foundation 3 years prior. Solving the mystery of the buried keys requires treating Daniel's account as a forensic record of a physical encounter with a localized spatial trap. The anomaly seems to require specific atmospheric conditions. Daniel arrived at 2 a.m. as a massive storm rolled over the interstate. Blueprints show the motel's physical boundaries ended strictly at room 28. Despite warnings, Daniel spent the night listening to heavy footsteps pacing the balcony. He tracked the sound as it passed room 28 and kept walking directly into empty midair. The room functions as a spatial parasite, an architectural footprint anchoring itself to a real building while occupying space outside our physical reality. Local history bears this out. 20 years ago, a family of 3 vanished from this motel. Management found their wallets, suitcases, and comp keys inside a room that, once the door was closed, they could no longer find. Room 29 is a predatory extension. It phases into our world under the cover of the heavy storm, providing a door for people to enter, but no way for them to leave. At midnight, Daniel walked to the end of the balcony. There, in the space that should have been empty, stood a door with faded numbers. He turned the handle and stepped inside. The interior was a multidimensional labyrinth. The hallway stretched endlessly in both directions, lined with hundreds of doors, every single one marked 29. He found a woman sitting in the first room, watching an old television. She was the mother from the 20-year-old disappearance case, yet she hadn't aged a day since the night she vanished. A bank of monitors in the room revealed how the trap operates.
The screens show travelers from different decades, truckers, families, and solo travelers, all entering the same door at different times, only to end up in the same impossible space. On a live monitor, an unnaturally tall shadow stood right behind Daniel. It didn't walk, it slid across the carpet, closing the gap with terrifying speed. Daniel ran through the looping corridors, passing door after door, until he found an exit, marked checkout. He lunged through just in time. The room's behavior suggests it is an automated flytrap, a machine-like space designed to hunt, collect, and archive human beings indefinitely. Daniel woke up in the mud of the empty lot. The storm was over, and the motel and its impossible extra room had vanished. The fact that he was found in an empty field proves that room 29 doesn't need the physical Pine Ridge Motel to exist. The anomaly projected a memory of the building to act as a lure, while the actual doorway hovered over empty ground. This explains the buried keys. Every time the entity captures a traveler, it deposits a key as a receipt. Room 29 wasn't destroyed when the motel was demolished. It is simply waiting for the next heavy rain to manifest a door somewhere else along the interstate.